Destiny is a business simulator that imparts the experience of consumer marketing. It is used in analytics-based marketing strategy courses for training business management students and practitioners, in brand and category management. In business management programs, Destiny is used in courses on marketing strategy and marketing analytics. It may also be configured as an experiential learning workshop conducted with coaching sessions over 3 to 4 days. For trainers and educators, Destiny serves a key purpose. It speeds up the process of learning. Theory has limitations. You cannot learn to drive a car or pilot a fighter jet simply by reading the manual. You cannot master the discipline of marketing merely by attending lectures and reading textbooks. We need experiential learning tools. Combining theory with practice, the Destiny Simulator imparts combat training for leaders in the battleground of consumer markets. They acquire the skills and strategic intuition required for taking crucial business decisions. It is a multifaceted learning experience where the emphasis is on marketing in the FMCG, or the consumer packaged goods sector. It encompasses elements of the marketing mix and the retailing mix. The extensive use of analytics helps participants acquire the skills to read and interpret market intelligence. They experience business marketing with trade partners and refine their negotiation skills. The training also embraces critical aspects of organization and teamwork, as well as financial management and operations management. Confronted with series of tough decisions requiring heavy doses of analytic and creative intelligence, marketers rely on these all-encompassing managerial skills to lead their business. Destiny transports you to a virtual market called Joka. In this version, Joka is a territory of close to 1 million inhabitants residing in 208,000 homes. There are 3 product categories, 3 manufacturers, 2 major retail chains, and a fairly large base of lower trade outlets, comprising of small chains and independent stores. The 3 categories cut across the key consumer packaged goods departments: beverage, food, and personal care. Ambrosia is a wholesome beverage that provides energy and nourishment, and is made up of fruits, nectar, minerals, and other ingredients. Panacea is health food made up of meat, vegetables, and therapeutic ingredients. These food bars are nutritious and provide protection against diseases and disorders. Hygienia comprises of personal care and hygiene products that provide for facial, skin, hair, and oral care. These potions serve to enhance personal beauty and well-being. Manufacturer brands and house brands across the 3 product categories are shown here. Retail labels such as Fuji and Inula are house brands that cut across all categories. Labels like Mamira and Jasmine, shown in parenthesis, are product formulations under development that have still to be launched. Manufacturers can choose to launch these products into the market at any quarter over the course of the simulation. They may also alter the composition of these products at any period, even prior to launch. This exercise spans a 3-year time frame, covering 6 business decisions, each encompassing 2 quarters. To be precise, there are 7 decisions, inclusive of the trial run, which is overwritten by Decision 1. Starting with the historical data for Year 1, Decision 1 pertains to Year 2, Quarter 1 and Quarter 2. Decision 2 pertains to Year 2, Quarter 3 and Quarter 4. Similarly, Decisions 3 to 6 cover Years 3 and 4. The outcome of the decisions is reviewed through Destiny's dashboards and financial reports. Destiny's 9 market dashboards provide broad-based information pertaining to market and trade performance, purchasing, promotion, advertising, brand image, product development, brand management, and commercial parameters. Trade negotiations come into play in years Y3 and Y4. To foster marketplace equity, manufacturers and retailers need to work together. The framework for cooperation between trade partners is through contracts and negotiations. Destiny contracts are full-year agreements negotiated at the start of Year 3 and Year 4, covering quantity purchase discounts and promotional support. They serve to synchronize activities and resources. In addition to the decisions and the negotiations, a business review at the start of Year 4 is a key deliverable. The review is a time for reflection, an opportunity to tell your story, review performance, explain strategies, and relate achievements and present plans for the final year of the simulation exercise. Let me briefly introduce you to the world of retailing. Categories are the building blocks of a retailer's business, in much the same way as brands are the building blocks of a manufacturer's business. They need to be managed in a cohesive manner so that retailers are better placed to attract and retain customers. An ongoing process. Category management is concerned with reviewing business performance, tweaking category strategies, revising tactics, realigning the retail mix, and executing plans. The cyclical sequence of tasks depicted here outlines the process as a whole. Segmentation, targeting, and differentiating are key to strategy. JOCA shoppers have been categorized as convenience seeker, experimenter, price conscious, and quality conscious. The size of these segments in terms of their contribution to total sales is shown here. The defining characteristics of quality-conscious shoppers is their appreciation of quality products and their desire for a pleasant shopping environment. Price-conscious shoppers seek better value, low price, and attractive promotions. Convenience seekers have limited time to devote on shopping and seek outlets that are close to home, convenient to get to, and offer a hassle-free shopping environment. Experimenters or variety seekers like to try new products in different stores and seeks range and variety. Shoppers' needs and preferences may be summed up as a set of key factors or drivers of store choice. Their relative importance, as can be seen from this chart, varies significantly across the segments. When it comes to execution, the shelf is the retailing arena. It is where retailers execute their strategies and tactics. Elements of the retailing mix comprising space, assortment, merchandising, communication, price, and promotions are aligned at the shelf into a coordinated program designed to achieve desired outcomes. The optimization of shelf space is a key task in managing space and assortment, and the relevant decision, in this context, pertains to facings. Facings is the number of units of a product that are visible at the front of a store shelf. For instance, in this visual, the brand whisk has 2 facings. Retailers need to determine how many facings to allocate for each of the items they stock. The number of facings and shelf depth determine the forward stock, which is typically allocated in proportion to the movement of the item. A key element of the retailing mix, promotions attract and retain shoppers. This chart, which pertains to real market data, reveals the enormous impact promotions can have on sales, particularly during festive seasons. 3 types of promotions prevail in the upper trade in JOCA: price-offs, in-store displays such as those shown here, and coup advertisements. A cooperative advertisement or feature is an insert that is jointly funded by a retailer and manufacturer. As mentioned, tactics and strategies are executed in the store, at the shelf. These decisions that essentially constitute the retailing mix are recorded in the category management form shown here. Separately, 2 retailers need to take decisions on the management of house brands and the management of stores. This chart outlines the complete list of decisions that retailers need to take for each half-yearly decision cycle. Besides the category management form, they need to complete the house brand management form and store management form. To effectively manage their categories, retailer organizations should be structured as category management teams with responsibilities spanning purchasing, pricing, promoting, and merchandising, and the management of house brands. To manage relationships with their suppliers, retailers also need to assemble procurement teams. So the team structure will tend to be matrix, each member having dual responsibilities of managing product categories and managing partner relationships. Whereas retailers seek return on inventory, manufacturers seek return on investment. Brands are a manufacturer's most valuable and enduring assets. Residing in consumers' minds, their images shape our response to the marketing activities. They need to be built, nurtured, and sustained through skillful marketing and innovation, so that desirable products are made available where consumers want to purchase, at prices they are prepared to pay. These goals are achieved through the ongoing sequence of brand management processes outlined here. Business analysis forms the foundation for developing sound marketing strategies, identifying key imperatives, and prioritizing initiatives. Marketing strategy involves segmenting the market, choosing which segments to target, differentiating the product to appeal to the segments, and positioning brands distinctly in the minds of target consumers. A well-devised strategy drives all elements of the marketing mix into a coordinated program designed to differentiate the offering. The mix constitutes product composition, pricing, advertisement, distribution, and promotion. Marketers execute their strategies by acting on their marketing mix decisions, relying heavily on retailers to support in-store implementation. Referred to as trade marketing, collaborating with retailers helps build marketplace equity, ensure regular supplies of the right products at the right selling prices to satisfy consumer needs, and improve the overall performance of the category. Consumers are categorized into segments as shown here. The chart depicts the 4 hygienia category segments: price, family, beauty, hedonist, and their share of market. The relative importance of each product attribute varies across segments. The price-conscious consumers are primarily seeking low prices and value for money. Family segment consumers seek health benefits, and they are price-conscious too. Beauty segment comprises of beauty benefit seekers, while the hedonists seek pleasure through the experience of quality, sensual products that enhance beauty and well-being. Once you have decided which segment to target, you need to emphasize the product attributes that are most important to that segment in your advertising. Brand image is the consumer's perception of the brand. A brand's image rating on an attribute represents the proportion of consumers who associate the brand with that attribute. In this example, 17.7% of respondents associate the brand with the attribute value for money. These respondents either agree or strongly agree with the statement brand is good value for money. Image profiling is a technique that transforms image rating data to reveal the relative strengths and weaknesses of brands. As shown here, it provides for a visual, easy-to-comprehend depiction of the brand's personality. Positioning is the act of locating a brand in consumers' minds. It serves to differentiate the brand so that it is perceived as distinct and desirable to its target consumers. In this example, based on real data, one may deduce that relative to competing brands, Pantene is perceived as a brand that is healthy for scalp and makes hair shiny and lustrous. Organics, on the other hand, strengthens hair and nourishes roots, and Vidal Sassoon is the hair expert. The 3 brands are distinctly positioned to target different consumer segments. Products are composed of a number of ingredients in varying proportions. Hygienia products, for instance, are composed of cleanser, moisturizer, perfume, vitamins, medicinal or therapeutic agents, and conditioner. Marketers seek to refine products, modifying their composition so that they become more desirable to their target consumers. In Destiny, manufacturers and retailers have the option to adjust the composition of the ingredients by as much as plus 10% every quarter for both their existing brands as well as formulations currently under development. If, for instance, the composition of an ingredient in a product is 20%, the composition can be increased up to a maximum of 22% or reduced up to a minimum of 18% for that period. In theory, the desirability or intrinsic value of a product is assessed by a latent variable called utility, which is the sum of the part worth of all the attributes that comprise the offering, including product ingredients and price. For product ingredients like nectar, for instance, in the ambrosia category, the part worth increases with composition up to an optimum level or bliss point. Should the composition be increased any further, the part worth will decline. For the average consumer in the ambrosia connoisseur segment, as composition of nectar increases from 0 to 55%, the part worth rises to a maximum level of 45. If the nectar composition is increased any further, the part worth declines. For the average connoisseur segment consumer, should the nectar composition increase beyond 55%, the product becomes less desirable. Perhaps it is too sweet, or perhaps it is perceived as too unhealthy. Here's a list of decisions that manufacturers need to take for each half-yearly decision cycle in Destiny. Besides determining the marketing mix and production, manufacturers need to collaborate with retailers on the in-store execution. From Decision 3 onwards, the trade partners negotiate on quantity discount and trade support for promotions, including displays, price offs, and co-op advertising. Decisions on product development, positioning, advertising, and price that essentially constitute the marketing mix are recorded in this brand management form. The form also requires manufacturers to state their production quantities and plan for expansions in production capacities. To effectively manage their portfolio, manufacturer organizations should be structured as brand management teams across categories. Additionally, to manage relationships with their retailers, they also need to assemble trade marketing teams. So, the team structure will tend to be matrix, each member having dual responsibilities of managing product categories and managing partner relationships. Destiny brings you as close as you will get in class to real-life CPG or FMCG marketing. It is a rigorous, challenging exercise that takes time to master. Key to your performance is that you are well prepared and start embracing it sooner rather than later.